Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to be doing a review on this Volpam electric scooter. Now I have been riding this scooter recently and I've been having so much fun. Now the specific model is the SP01. Now one thing that I did notice is that it's super beefy. It has very thick metals and it really just gives me confidence when riding it. The welds look super strong. Probably my favorite aspect of this scooter is the front and rear suspension. That's something that not a lot of scooters have, and they definitely should. So as you can tell here on the front, we do have a double suspension, and honestly, anything I go over, I hardly even feel. Speed bumps feel non-existent, cracks on the road. This suspension definitely tackles anything and everything you throw at it. It definitely has a lot of travel, and it's great for when you're going at high speeds. Now moving on to the back, as you can see, we also have a double suspension at the rear. And at first I did think that the back wheel was a little flat, but it's actually the shocks that are consistently working. So the back tire wasn't flat, it's just these shocks that work so well. Obviously the fenders are great for any wet conditions. And then we also have them in the front. Honestly, the suspension on this scooter is incredible. It really does give you that sense of confidence when riding at high speed. Now when traveling, you can fold the scooter up. It does have this little lever right here, which you just pull. But before you pull the lever, you do have to push this little button upwards and then you can pull it. So as you can see, that's the scooter folded up, and then it converts into a very small package, which you can put into a car, a truck, whatever you might want. Now when folding it, you do have this little lever right here, which you just click into this piece and it simply just locks in place. And it will stay very secure, as you can see. When you want to open the scooter again, you just simply push the lever and then you can pull upwards. Then you lock it back in place and you're ready to ride. Now here on the top, you do have a small LED screen, which you can use if you're not going to be using the phone or the app features. And if you're not going to be using the app features, the only button that you need to use is going to be the on and off. That's going to control all the features on this LED screen. You're simply going to just hold and it turns on the scooter. And then when you want to go through the different speed modes, all you're going to do is double click it and it'll switch in between the modes. Now I do recommend that you install the app because it will give you a whole bunch of extra options that you don't get from simply just using this screen. It does come with one single front brake as well as with a bell, which I really like. Now this phone mount doesn't come with the scooter. I installed this myself so I can be using the app features. Now this scooter does have a 500 watt brushless motor and it has a max speed of 21 miles per hour. But I do want to mention that in order to activate the 21 miles per hour speed, you are going to have to download the app, because straight out of the box, the max speed is only going to be set to 16 miles per hour. Now something interesting that I saw on the app is when I was choosing the 21 mile per hour speed, it did have the option to go up to 38 miles per hour. But every time I set it to 38 miles per hour, it would automatically switch it back down to 21 miles per hour. Actually, it only switches it down to 22 miles per hour, but it's essentially 21 miles per hour. Now, the reason why it'll set down to 22 miles per hour is because when riding, what I noticed was that it's going 21.7, 21.8 miles per hour. So it's not exactly 21 max speed. It's right in the middle of 21 and 22 miles per hour. To be super specific, it's actually going 21.7 or 21.8 miles per hour max speed. But I am very curious as to why it allows you to go up to 38 miles per hour, but it doesn't let you actually set it. Now this scooter does have a 27-mile range on a single charge, which is more than enough for any regular commute. And I mean, overall, I've really been enjoying this scooter lately. Installation out of the box was super simple as well. All you had to install was this little stand right here, which requires only 2 screws, and then this top digital screen with the bar, and all that requires is 6 screws, 2 in one side, 2 in the other side, and then 2 on the front. So 6 screws total, and then you have the 2 screws on the bottom, and that's all the installation that you need to do. So it's super easy for anyone to install. Now another feature that I really liked was the pre-installed lights. So we do have a super bright front light right here, which is super seamless. You pretty much can't tell that there's a light right here, but when you turn it on, it's super bright. And then it also has a rear light, integrated into the fender. And I mean, overall, if you're looking for a super high quality electric scooter, this is definitely a great option. For me, the best features on this scooter and what makes it worth the purchase is the front and rear suspension. I've tried other scooters that don't have suspension and the ride is super rough and actually feels really dangerous. But I mean, if you're looking for something that's going to be safe, this scooter with this suspension setup would be a great investment. I definitely recommend it.